There we go. Hello, Rebecca. Rebecca Harris. How are you today?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Happy Halloween. We're meeting on Halloween Day. It's always like a little celebration. It's a fun day in the year.
Yes, for
In
sure.
any event, you are very kind to grant me this time. I've been writing a book. It's almost complete. It's going to be called Seen, Heard, Hired. And it's really for job seekers to help them get seen, to help them get heard and read, And over the years as a headhunter, I've seen so many, resumes that don't get through, not even the robots or even human beings, and it's a
Mhm.
shame because I know them, I know some of these people, they did qualify. So before we dive right in, pardon me, why don't you tell us what you do? What is your mission in life? What is your company? Talk to us about your role.
Sure. I'm the president at the Ontario Produce Marketing Association,
Okay.
OPMA for short. We are a not-for-profit trade association, and we represent companies who work in produce in the province of Ontario.
Just
Uh,
Ontario.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our members are anyone who does business in Ontario. So they
Okay.
actually come internationally. So we have members across Canada from the US, Mexico, but as long as they're doing business in produce in
In
Ontario.
produce in Ontario. Okay. That means somebody, so as long as they're doing, so that means they're buying produce in Ontario.
Yeah, we
Right.
represent the entire value chain. So everyone from the grower to the shipper, broker, importer, exporter, all the way
Oh
up
my
to
gosh.
the retailers.
Wow.
And we also have a consumer-facing marketing platform called Produce Made Simple, which we use to promote the consumption of healthy, fresh fruit and vegetables
Okay.
and educate consumers on all things produce. So,
That's awesome.
availability, storage tips, ways to reduce food waste. So, yeah.
Amazing. Do you also help with, because I'm in that business and it's what I live and breathe, but do you also help with giving your produce, your farmers, people producing fresh fruits and vegetables and produce, help in hiring from abroad? Because I know there's been a shortage of help on the farms and in manufacturing produce companies, etc. Do you help with that?
So we don't personally help with the hiring other than in terms of like advocacy and government
Advocacy.
relations
Yeah, I
and
don't
yeah,
mean like
yeah.
you personally help them, but I'm saying do you help at least give them some affiliations or agencies out there like in Mexico that can, bring forward some great hires for the season?
We do. We also do a lot of kind of marketing around promoting the produce sector and the jobs that are in the produce sector.
Mhm.
There's so many jobs that people don't often think about,
Yep.
behind the scenes, because there's also, people in the finance department and in the marketing department and sales and
Oh my
uh,
gosh, of course. Coordinating the transport, the dispatching, and on and
yeah.
on. Oh my goodness, I know. Even the shipment, even on-site shipment is so important, not just the logistics, but having somebody to I've got a client here in Montreal that they just need somebody to upload and unload this produce, just that is a huge job in itself.
Hmm.
And they have to know exactly how to work these big cranes and not just little forklift, but the bigger machines, which I forget the name of. Anyway, so you've had to in your group, as a president of this association, you've had to work with many others to help and support you. So you've been in a position to hire, of course, over the years. And this is why I reached out to you because you are a leader in this space. And I want to know from you to help the job seekers out there that hear this interview. When it comes to resumes, where do you see or find yourself looking at first? What do you see? Where do you find yourself looking first right away that ultimately makes you decide subconsciously, I'm hanging on to this resume for another few more seconds, or no, it's a no right away? You know,
I think
what
it's
section?
I think it's a bit of a two-part question because the
Okay.
the first part for me is sometimes the resumes don't even hit my inbox if they get filtered out by the search criteria, the IT or the AI tools. Um,
Exactly. Yeah.
so if they haven't met the minimum requirements, they often don't get through.
Yeah.
I like to then, when they do hit my inbox, I like to start with a cover letter. I think if
Really?
someone has taken the time to write a cover letter, really personalize it, make it for that specific job, that shows me the passion and the interest. It
Yeah.
allows me to kind of quickly get a sense of where their skills tie into the role that I'm looking for versus
Wow.
having to go right into the resume.
Oh, I love that. The answers when I ask this question across boards, different boards of industries, I mean, they're all very different. So for some in different industries, they don't care about the cover letter. They actually just
Yeah.
go straight to their LinkedIn profiles, you know. And
Yeah.
then some industries like yours, I find like I call them the softer industries, anything related to people and food and a different type of like service that nurtures the human body. I noticed that the people behind it, they answer me in that fashion. They want to see that cover letter. And it makes sense. It makes absolute sense because it's just it's a business that touches humanity. It's just it
Hmm.
like directly, you
Yeah.
know. I
Our
mean, maybe I
industry is,
sound crazy, but you know what I'm trying to say?
I
It's
do.
not
Yeah.
IT. It's just, yeah,
Our industry is about relationships and it's about bettering the world and
yeah.
providing, healthy food. And so the people part of that component is important.
Absolutely. Amazing. So thank you for that. When it comes to interviews, I would love to hear a good or a bad story, bad, funny story, something that will, just give a great piece of advice to job seekers, what to watch out for, or a good example or a bad example.
Yeah, I think I mean, a lot of it is kind of standard practice. Make sure you have good sound, good lighting, you're in a good space. I've done, of course, since pandemic, like we do a lot of initial interviews through Zoom or
Of
Teams or one
course.
of those platforms.
Of
And
course.
I've done several where candidates have shown up and you can see they're in a bedroom with the bed behind them. Maybe they haven't even made the bed. It doesn't
I know.
always project that professional quality that you want.
Yes,
Like
I
put the
know.
blur on the background. The
Yeah.
funniest one I had was someone who did a job interview while driving down the highway, and I
Oh
just
my
went,
gosh, that's crazy. That's so disrespectful.
I thought it was a little dangerous.
Yes.
Your mind is split in two different ways, and um, it did show that they're willing to multitask, but perhaps a little bit too much for what we were looking for.
And that you're very kind, I have to say. I guess I'm really mean because I would immediately, yes, it's dangerous, it's foolish, but also I find it so disrespectful. I'm very old school and I find that so disrespectful that I'm here waiting for you and I've given you this opportunity and I want to learn about you. I'm taking to we all got better things to do and there's so much to do in a business. And this is your shot, and you're not giving me the same amount of respect. I find that really like, can I one up you? Do you mind if I one up
Yes,
you? Or
no, go
maybe it's the
ahead.
same. Okay, so I once had an interview where she took it during her lunch hour. Of course, fair enough. And she's walking around. And I said, okay, that's great. Can you just find a spot where you could stop? Because I'm getting dizzy. You know how it is when they're walking around,
When
you
they're
get dizzy,
moving.
right? Well, next thing you know, the frame changes. She's grocery shopping. I see the cereal aisle, and I'm like, "Are you grocery shopping?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, I am." She's taking the cereal. I said, "Madam, I'm not your sister calling you. This is an interview." She felt bad. She felt bad. I said, "No, you can't do that." I said, "Thank God it's with me. Please don't do that when anybody grants you an interview. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
you
it's
find a
fun.
quiet space, you sit down.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? And if it's not happening for you, if you're having a challenge, you've got children screaming, it's normal. We are all human
Yes.
beings. There's maybe construction happening. Maybe your plumber decided to show up right there and then, and he's making noise. There's no harm in telling somebody the truth and saying, I'm really sorry. I thought I'd have the quiet space and this happened. Can I reschedule? There's no harm.
Yep. Or seeing if they're willing to continue with the interview. I think if they say it up front and they
I
acknowledge, like
agree.
that's half the battle. Just
Mhm.
knowing what's going on, and we're all people. Things
We're
things
all
show up,
people.
things happen.
Exactly. I had an interview yesterday with somebody deep in Ontario. No, sorry, not in Ontario. I beg your pardon. I get them confused. Not in Ontario, south of Ontario in the States. I have so many interviews that I'm thinking about geographically, but just south of Ontario, and it was very windy for him, and the internet would just disconnect. It wasn't stable.
Oh,
And but he was so sweet about it. He goes, Laura, I just want to forewarn you that it's so windy here, and I think my internet will become unstable time to time, which it did, but it's fine, you know? Just say
good.
it front. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, how about any
Absolutely.
good interviews where where that obviously leaded to the great team that you have around you?
I think I think part of the good interviews is a couple of different things. There's that being able to tell that they've pre-planned so they know who we are, like about our company, they know about the industry, even if they haven't worked in it before, they've done a little bit of research up front. And that they're open and honest. Like there's nothing worse than sitting through an interview where I feel like they're reading a script and it's just one
Yeah,
monotone kind of voice. There has to be a little bit. And I usually like to throw in a question or two that asks them something a little bit um, less about their experience and more about how they would handle a situation or something else to get a sense of that personality and how they think.
of course. Makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Amazing. So, how big is your team right around you? Are you a large group?
We're a very small group.
That's what I
Currently,
thought.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
you're the top of that chain. So, yeah,
yeah. We're a very small group. So
yeah,
we're a small team of four. I like to
yeah.
say small but mighty because we
Oh,
get a
yeah,
lot
for
done.
sure. For sure. Amazing. That it's really kind of you to have accepted my invitation to do this. What made you take time out of your crazy busy schedule to accept this invitation from me, a stranger? Because that's really kind of you.
I think there's been a part of my whole philosophy around my career has been networking, making connections that's helped me grow and evolve. And so
Mhm.
now I always want to be the one to say yes and to give back where I can or to offer advice or help or even just make a new connection. I think it's
I agree. Yeah, I think it's lovely. And you know what? 99% of everybody that I ask, they answer me in the same fashion. You're all a great bunch of leaders. I'm so proud to see all these amazing leaders across Canada, with such heart. It's like leaders, sometimes people will think, oh, they're shrewd or cold or intimidating, but all these wonderful human beings with vision and heart, it's amazing. So this video will be featured up on our YouTube channel, Hire Well and Get Hired. And hopefully, when the book comes out, hopefully by early next year, then I will also lead job seekers and those that buy the book to this channel. Because if you don't want to hear it from the recruiter's mouth, we'll hear it from the real mouths that really, really pay and feed your mouths, right? So,
Mm.
hear it from them. And also, I will highlight you one day on LinkedIn as well as a thanks and just put this in evidence, this wonderful insight that you gave us today. So I thank you so much for your time, Rebecca.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thank you and have a great weekend ahead.
You too.